Okay, what's up guys? Today I got a couple of guns with me, alright? This one is called an impact gun, and this one is a regular screw gun or a drill, okay? Now, this is something kids mess up all the time. This one right here can only perform one task, and that's screwing things in. This one here can perform both tasks. It can screw things in and it can drill, alright? But if you're going to be just screwing stuff in, this one is to go with because it's an impact. It also has a hammering motion as it's screwing things in, so it's much more effective in doing that. This one again is you can only use for drilling. Okay, you can't drill anything with this one, but you can drill stuff with this one. But it's more effective as a drill, but it also can be used as a screw gun. So first thing we're going to talk about is the functions that each one does. This one is very simple. Okay, it only has one button on it, and that's this guy right here. This arrow on this side is pointing in that direction, meaning this is to unscrew stuff in if you push this in. If you reverse to the other side, it has this arrow, which is going in that direction. So this means that if you press this down, it's to screw stuff in. All right. It also has a nice little latch right here for hanging on your belt loop, so when you work around, you don't set it down. Now for this one, when you go to put a bit in, I have a bit here, you first must pick up the neck like so. Then slide it into the hole. Then release the neck. Now it is in the gun. It amazes me, and it's quite funny, how each kid will make fun of another kid because he can't get it, the bit in there. But in reality, none of them know how to do it. Alright, so simply pick up the neck. This is to release it out. Pull the bed out. Let go of the neck. Drop it down. Again, this piece right here lifts up, and that's what will help get the bit in there. Okay? Now this one has a lot more functions and different operations to it. Okay? It has the same forward and reverse buttons as the impact does. And by the way, like these ones are Milwaukee's, big fan of these. But we have Makita's in our shop. And they're pretty much the same functions. They don't really change that much. You can just tell by looking at them. The buttons might be a little bit different, but it's going to have a forward and reverse. Building Trades has Porter cable. Again, the same thing. On the top here, you have this one, which has a 2, which is currently on, and a 1 right there. Excuse me. That is to change the speed of the drill. So I have it on 1. It goes pretty slow. If I put it on 2, it'll go even faster. Okay, it's also the speed of it is regulated by how hard you hit the drill. So if I hit it real soft, it'll go real slow, but if I push down harder, I can speed it up. And that's an important function to know, because when you're initially starting to put in a screw, you don't want to blast it open as hard as you can. It makes it more difficult for yourself. Okay. Also on the top, this is the key. This is another one that kids mess up all the time. We have 3 little pictures here. We have a hammer, we have a screw, and we have a drill. Okay, it depends on what you're doing for which function you want to have it on. If you're screwing into masonry, like we talked about before, this has an action where it's hammering and screwing. So if you're going into any sort of masonry-like material, you want the picture of the hammer because it's turning it into a hammer drill. The center one is our screw. That's if you're screwing in, and that is our drill if you're drilling it. You want to pay attention to this. Okay. Next thing we have is these numbers right here. I generally very rarely mess around with these, okay? But they adjust, I believe, like they'll set the depth for what you want things to stop. So if you don't want materials to go in too deep, it'll literally just stop the motion. And I think it's the lower, no, higher? Higher is less likely you can stop it, okay? I rarely mess around with that. It's really not something as a mason. I'm usually rough framing stuff. The last but not least thing to talk about are these teeth that are in the middle here. This is how you get a bit to hold in. See how those teeth will close down? Alright. If I need to get a bit in there, I simply hold this neck. See, those teeth, if I don't hold this neck, will not adjust. This piece right here, you must hold to get it to adjust. So I'm gonna put it in, this is currently reverse, pull the neck here, open the teeth all the way up. Now what I do is I take the bit, I'll hold the bit in the hole, and this is kind of tricky, but what I'll do is I'll hold this loosely here and then take these two fingers and I'll hold the neck right here so that it doesn't spin. Move it in the opposite direction and then you'll see the teeth slowly come out and grab the bit. Once it gets a hold of the bit, I need to tighten it. So again, I'll grab here and I won't hold on super tight because it will burn your fingers, and give it a nice little pull one time and it's in there. It's not going anywhere now. Okay? And one of the things to remember a lot that kids mess up all the time is if you're drilling in, okay, the arrow should be pointing in. Sometimes I'll have kids have it going in the back direction when they're drilling, hit the thing, okay, and they're going in the opposite direction of what the drill is made for. And it'll start smoking. And they'll be like, this isn't working. Well, you usually can problem solve and find out which direction you're going in, and that's key to these drills. Oh, Mr. Oakley didn't want to make the video yesterday. I'm sorry, I apologize. Tomorrow I'm going to talk about actually how to use these things. There's different things that you guys just don't recognize sometimes when you go to use them, that a little tricks to the trade. Alright, hope all is well. We'll see you tomorrow. Oh, and keep up the good work if you're making video or if you're commenting. Good job.